as Israel battles in Gaza and prepares for an imminent escalation in the north. Here to speak with us about the future of the war and Hamas's strategy is Colonel Grisha Yakubovich. Grisha, thank you so much for joining us. Just to start, what is Hamas's game plan here? I mean, they've rejected multiple offers for, prisoner releases and for even temporary ceasefire. So what do they want?
Well, Emily, first of all, thank you for hosting me. Hamas, and I'm sorry to say that. I know. Maybe many people will feel bad with that, but I don't see Hamas reaching to a deal until the end of Ramadan and maybe after Eid al-Fitr, April 10th. For them, for them, it looks like they are trying to do whatever they can to win this war. So maybe operationally, when it comes to the IDF, we did a great job. But when it comes to the isolation of Israel, when it comes to public opinion, when it comes to delegitimacy, when it comes to the UN, they are winning. So, and they are doing and unfortunately, they are doing a great job. So let's not forget, there are two goals that the government of Israel decided. One is to release all the hostages, and two is to make sure that Hamas will not be able to function after this war, the day after. So Hamas have all the interest in the world to keep the hostages, to make sure that Israel will not be able to achieve those two goals.
Now, what is the situation on the ground in Gaza presently? Will we be seeing this long-awaited Rafah operation? And even if we do, is that enough to actually take out Hamas?
I don't think that Rafah is the biggest issue now. Yes, it was. It was. We should have done that long time ago. But as and I want to clarify that I don't think that we need to enter to Rafah. The thing here that we need to enter to the border between the Gaza Strip and Egypt. We are talking about 13.9 kilometers of a border, and I will define it as the corridor of this border, that Israel should have long time ago, at the beginning of the war actually, take control over that border, making sure that the oxygen that Hamas gets underground from the tunnels between Egypt and Gaza will be eliminated as fast as possible. And as long as we are not there, they have the underground tunnels and they get the oxygen, if I may say so. So they get the weapons, the food, the fuel, whatever they need to continue actually being there. So yes, maybe operationally the IDF, not maybe, operationally, militarily, the IDF is doing a wonderful, amazing job, killing thousands of terrorists, but it's not enough. And if they don't feel that they are, maybe I will explain it in a different way. They need to feel that somebody is holding the hand over the throat and they are about to strangle, so they will be, or they will allow themselves to reach to a deal. As long as they are not there, they have no interest to reach to a deal. This is why Rafah is crucial, but not the district. I'm talking about the corridor. And this is the difference. Now, the problem that we don't do that, and this is actually the dilemma to the government, legally, the moment you do that, you are effectively controlling the Gaza Strip. And if you are effectively controlling the Gaza Strip, you are obligated to provide the services to 2.1 million people.
Right. Now, is there any potential in the coming weeks or months of building some sort of coalition to rule Gaza? Perhaps even, I know there was an idea floated about a coalition of Arab states, which, of course, the Palestinian leadership rejected. The day after this war, what's it going to look like? What is Israel thinking it could look like?
Well, this is also one of the obstacles. This is why the government of Israel still did not release the plan for the day after. And I think that this is the biggest mistake that this government did. Because if 4 months ago, we would release a plan for the day after, I believe that we will be probably, or we could get a better backup from the Western world. But politically, the obstacle in Israel, that nobody wants the Palestinian Authority. Now, let's be honest. The Palestinian Authority in the West Bank is losing control. And they are also terrorists. Only the last year and a half, No, only from the beginning of the war, 54 Palestinian officers were killed by the IDF as terrorists. It means they killed Israelis. They tried to harm the IDF. They tried to execute terror attacks. So they were killed by the IDF. And it's the same Palestinian Authority that is supposed to get back to Gaza. So it's a built-in conflict. On one hand, I don't see any other solution than the Palestinian Authority. And on the other hand, how can we allow them to be there? And this is the biggest dilemma. So maybe we should think, maybe the government is trying to think about local powers in Gaza. But as long as Hamas exists in Gaza, there's no possibility that a local power will grow because Hamas will do whatever they can to eliminate them. So it's a very complicated situation that instead of creating a win-win-win situation, it's a lose-lose-lose situation for all parties.
Well, it was not uplifting news, but definitely insightful. We are out of time. I want to thank you, Grisha, for joining us and for your incredible insight on the Gaza Strip. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.